Can I help you? You're looking for tutoring? No, this isn't tutoring. The sign across the hall definitely doesn't say tutoring if that's what you're asking. Yeah, where else would it be? You need help? Can't you see I'm on my lunch break? Okay, whatever. You clearly don't care that I'm on my lunch break right now. So, okay, whatever. What do you need help with, honey? You know I can't work magic, but I can try to help. You need help on geography and midterm? Okay, well, I don't know about geography just because I kind of failed that class in high school, so I'm not very good at that. But I can definitely help you on the midterm, so just so you know, though, on the geography, don't blame me if you fail the quizzes, because like I said, I wasn't good at that, but I'm the only tutor here today since it's storming. I don't know if you can hear that. It's storming so loud. I have this globe. Don't know if you've ever seen this before. So, what do you need help with exactly? Okay, you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than that. I can't help you with everything. I don't know, I'm not sure what that means. Do you think I have the time to go over every single unit you guys learned? I can't work magic like that. So you're gonna have to tell me. Otherwise I can't help you. You're out of luck. Sorry. Okay, so you need help maybe on I guess I can just give you a little background from what I know. So obviously we had Pangea and stuff, right? You know, you're familiar with Pangea? No? Okay, well, we all have to start from somewhere. So, long ago, all of the continents were together like that, and that's what Pangea was. And as you can see, the continents are a little bit more separated. Europe and Asia were very, very close together, and that is why it's called Eurasia. Wow. And then, so Eurasia, and then everything else is separated. So that is why you see Australia is so far apart back here. If I can find Australia, right here. So a little thing to know is that Australia has the most diverse species because it separated first. It was the first continent to separate, right? So, and then everything else is still kind of separated. Like Africa is not too far, but the North America, South America separated pretty far apart. And then I know you guys also have to know the continents and the capitals. I'm not sure if you need to know like the provinces and stuff like that. I would definitely focus on a lot of the European countries because I've heard that those get tested a lot. So let me just quiz you on a couple of these. So let's do African countries since that's a little bit more challenging. What is the capital of Niger? Right, Bilma. Okay. What is the capital of Algeria? Right. Okay. What is the capital of Sudan? Okay, good. And then Egypt. What is the capital of Egypt? Cairo. Perfect. Okay. Can you name some more African countries starting from the bottom? Okay. Okay, no, Chad is at the top, the ice at the bottom. Okay. Yeah, Botswana, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Angola, Tanzania, Sarah, I'm probably butchering those names really bad. Somalia. Well, Somalia is a little bit separate. It's very small. It's on the side here. But I'm gonna be honest with you, honey. I just don't think I'm the right person to be going over this with you because I don't know how to do this. Like I said, I'm not a geography tutor, but I can help you with the midterms. So let's go ahead and yeah, see, you hear that? It is storming. No one else wanted to teach today. Okay, let's go ahead and just hand me your med book. Okay, this is what it looks like. Okay. What chapter are you stuck on? Or you need me to help you with chapter 11? Okay. You have the special senses, the eyes, and the ears. So again, what do you need help with in specifics? Well, I can't help with everything. So I'm just gonna go over what I think is important that you need to know, and if you have any questions, you can let me know, okay? So, we have the eyes, so you're gonna need to know the suffixes, the important prefixes, and then the primary functions, as well as a little bit of what it looks like. But again, since this is midterm, you're really only going to be focusing on the structure, so you're going to definitely want to focus on that, separating the word parts and understanding each meaning of the different word parts, because midterm is so critical. Even one letter like abduction and adduction can mean completely separate things, so it's very important that you understand the different spelling and the different meanings of these words, okay? I need to stress how important that is. So when you go home tonight, you need to be practicing this. I don't want to hear about how you missed it on the test. Okay, so eyes, the prefix for that is going to be opt, like an optometrist. An optometrist is a doctor who specializes in the diagnosis and procedures of the eye. So opt, O-P-T, or optic, or opt-O, or ophthalma. It's the receptor organs, or the sense of sight. Now your iris, the related form is IR/I, IRO, irid/O, or irit/O. It controls the amount of light entering the eye. The lens is FAC, or FAC/O, or FAK/O, and it focuses rays of light on the retina. Now the lacrimals are right in here. The lacrimals are your tear ducts. The lacrimal or apparatus is the accessory structure of the eyes that produce, store, and remove tears. So I know it's showing some stuff about the ears here, but I think we need to focus on the eyes and make sure you get that done first before we move on to something else. Okay, so do you know some of the word parts? Well, I'm going to ask you some. Okay, so BIFR, that is the eyelid. Okay, what is Q-sis? Q-sis, that is hearing. Okay, what is irid? Remember, we went over this. Yep, the iris. Ophthalm is, again, yep, eye. Opt is eye. Ought. Okay, no, that's going to be ear, not eye. So an otorhinolaryngologist, if I'm saying that right, an ENT, that is an ear, nose, throat doctor. Okay. Retina, you know. Sclera, do you know what the sclera is? It's the white part in your eye. Okay. You know tympan, that's the tympanic membrane. That is in the eardrum. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of skim this for you and see. I think it's gonna be important for you to know. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. So I'm just gonna show you this. I'm not sure, have you already looked at this? Because it's all in your book. You're asking me questions that are all in your book. So it's important for you to look at that because you don't need to be wasting my time like that. Okay, so we have the eyelashes, you know, the outer canthus right here, the lower eyelid, the conjunctiva in here, the iris, which is, as you know, the colored part, the pupil, which dilates and constricts the eyelid, the inner canthus, and the sclera, which is the white part. I'll show you that a little bit more. Do you need to know the abbreviations related to the right eye and the left? Okay, well, it's right here. OD is right eye for oculus dexter. OS is left eye for oculus sinister. And then each eye is just OU. Here is another photo. So we have the superior oblique, superior rectus, inferior oblique, inferior rectus, lateral practice. So, you know, superior and inferior, of course. No? Honey, it's finals week. They should have covered that on day 1. So, superior is going to be closer to your head, and inferior is going to be closer to your feet. So we would say I'm trying to think of an example. The mental or the chin is superior to the digits or the fingers, right? So, and then we have lateral and medial. Hopefully you know what that is. No? Okay. Lateral is going to be the side of the body, and then medial is going to be close to the middle of the body. Okay, so as you can see, this is up higher, so it kind of gives you a little clue. So when they give you a little matching, you can kind of eliminate that a little bit and know that one's superior. Okay. And I'm not going to go through a lot of these. I'm just going to be reading from it anyway, so you can kind of just tell me, stop me if you have any questions. Like I said, I'm just going to point out some more of these pictures for you. I forgot to put the cornea, is very important. Up here, it's the clear film. And of course, you know the difference between nearsightedness and farsightedness. Yep, okay. Nearsightedness being that it's harder for you to see far away, and then farsightedness where it's harder for you to see near you. It's just the opposite. So, you have the optic nerve back here with the fovea centralis, the retinal arteries and veins, the retina, ciliary body and muscle. Those are like string-like attachments. Suspensory ligament, conjunctiva. I think we went over that. Iris pupil. Have the patholight. Obviously, when you see something, basically what happens is it goes past the cornea, past the lens and the pupil, and goes all the way through into, this is called the vitreous fluid. All this fluid inside is just the vitreous fluid, and then it goes through in here into the fovea centralis. Here is another picture. And okay, the important thing to note on here though is, yes, this is the vitreous fluid, but up here there's a different fluid called aqueous fluid. So I think that's also pretty important to know. I'm just trying to look right here. Let's see. And of course, you know the pathology, which is the disease processes of the eye. And then you know the main prefixes for all of those disease processes. Itis is inflammation. Osis is abnormal condition or disease. Rhexis is rupture. Rhea is flow or discharge. I'm trying to think. Otomy, surgical incision. You know, scopy, gram, angio's blood vessels. So we don't really have to deal with that right now. But you know, scopy, gram. Ectomy is removal. So if you kind of know a little bit about those, you can kind of guess a little bit, if you will. I don't know, is your exam multiple choice? Some of it, yeah, so you can kind of guess on a lot of these just based on the suffixes and prefixes. So like conjunctivitis, that is pink eye. It is an inflammation of the conjunctiva. So you'd be able to know that just knowing itis is inflammation. You plug in what's in front of it. It's like arthritis, inflammation of the joints, arthros joint. So you'd be able to know that. Let's see. Another example, blepharitis. What is bleph? Okay, yep, it's the eyelid. So that's going to be the swelling of the eyelid. Another one that might be important is edema, which means swelling. Hordeolum, also known as stye, is a pus-filled and often painful lesion on the eyelid resulting from an acute infection in a sebaceous gland. Another example from the one I used, ptosis, we have that osis. It's the drooping of the upper eyelid that is usually due to muscle weakness or paralysis. subconjunctival hemorrhage. It's pretty straightforward, just the bleeding from the conjunctiva and the sclera. Just gonna read through these real quick. And of course, it's really important to know, do you know what a glaucoma is? Okay, yeah, that's the group of diseases characterized by increased intraocular pressure, causes damage to the retinal nerve fibers and the optic nerve. So you'll go over all the diseases, all the deformities, what looks normal versus not, and then you'll go over diagnostic procedures. So a diopter is the unit of measurement of a lens refractive power. A refraction test that is done to determine an eye's refractive errors so that the best corrective lenses can be prescribed. And there's a lot of information on here, just a couple pages, but it shouldn't be too bad. I'm just gonna need you to read through this, kind of memorize this on your own if you go over there, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to let me know. But just know, if you have a question, make sure to look in the textbook first, okay? Because usually it's in the textbook. Okay, let me know if you have any other questions. I'll talk to you in a bit.